Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Mr. Attitude Era 316. I am back on YouTube, here to make a DVD review on one of the most important DVDs in my collection. Back in, I think this DVD was released November or October of last year. Maybe December, I don't remember. But, hey, that rhymed. December, I don't remember. Anyways, when they first announced the release of this DVD, I thought it was going to be a botched version of what it really was supposed to be. However, WWE did not fuck with it, and they actually did a good job making this DVD. And the DVD is, well, judging by the title, you probably all know right now, but The Attitude Era. 3-disc set. Bottom line, awesome DVD. Give it 2 thumbs up. I can only give it 1 right now, but normally I'll give it 2 thumbs up. Amazing DVD. I just, words cannot describe the feeling of re-witnessing my childhood all in this 3-disc set. It's just amazing. I'll explain to you in the meantime, but primarily I'm going to be showing you guys the cover of the DVD set. Now, the artwork is awesome. I mean, there was one YouTuber, I think his name is BostonFan79, I don't remember, I think that's his username. He didn't really like the cover. I mean, he wasn't a big fan of it, and I personally think the cover's awesome. I mean, it just has all the Attitude Era roster at the time, if not, I mean, it had most of the Attitude Era roster at the time, and some of the iconic figures down there, like first of all the trash can lid with the WWF logo, but with the spray paint covering the F part, because right now it's known as WWE, which is still it's acceptable to me, because I've always hated the fact that they would blur out the WWF sign, because it wouldn't kill them. But in this DVD they didn't do that, and I was proud. I was happy that WWE did a wonderful job, and the best part was, it was not the PG shit. It was TV-14 DVLS. So thumbs up to WWE. They finally used their brains and made something that is valuable for once. I don't have to name every superstar that's on the cover, but you can see most of it, or you can recognize most of it. There's more inside, which I'll show you later on. I like how they have Mr. Sacco included as well. Puppies, grapefruits, cable television, crashing down. That's a big phrase. That Attitude Era crashed the cable television. You got one big chicken right there. Cock, whatever. And the Attitude Era spray paint, which is really, really fitting. It just fits the badass type of Attitude Era. It looks it looks dysfunctional, and it looks devastating just by looking at the cover, and that's what I like. Here's a side view, really, really cool. I like it. So yeah, here's the back. You got Mr. McMahon's Corvette being trashed by Stone Cold Steve Austin via cement truck. Very iconic, very important during the Attitude Era. I'm just going to read the first 2. Actually, no, I'm going to read these 2 right here, because these 2 are really what got my attention. And it says, go back to the days of dysfunction, disorder, and defiance, when radical anti-heroes ditched saying their prayers and taking their vitamins for opening up a can of whoop-ass and laying the smack down when rebels ruled the airwaves. And PG, now this is what I want you to hear. PG stood for puppies and grapefruits. That itself is amazing. Wow, it made me laugh so hard, because it's like as if the creative member of the Attitude Era wrote this description, and the creative team of the Attitude Era made this DVD, when really it's the current WWE employees that helped establish this. And this makes me think to myself, they know what the real fans want. They're just not they're just not putting the effort to showing it on on television every week. They're just too lazy to do that, or they are just not that intelligent or that bright. But anyways, this 3-disc slobber knocker is packed with all the action and that push censors to new limits, shattered cable TV. See, I told you. Shattered cable TV ratings and crushed WWE's competition like a Spanish announcer's table. How true is that? And by the way, if you haven't watched the Attitude Era, you know that the Spanish announcer's table was always destroyed. Always. It's like as if every other Monday Night Raw episodes, the Spanish announce table would be trashed. Every other pay-per-views, the Spanish announce table would be crashed. It's just funny. Anyways, now this DVD features several things. The most important moment, or the most important part of the Attitude Era, Stone Cold and McMahon rivalry. That rivalry was the most important part of the Attitude Era. The invention of Hell in a Cell, TLC, Brawl for All, and many other matches. Now, it's very important for fans to realize that the invention of today's matches were occurring in the Attitude Era. I mean, Hell in a Cell was invented in the Attitude Era. TLC was invented in the Attitude Era. So, like, you know, Attitude Era was the most important event in WWE history because let's just picture WWE in their PG era, all right, without the Hell in a Cell match, without the TLC match, and like, what would it be left with? Just a steel cage match? It's just gonna be terrible. I mean, just picture WWE without a Hell in a Cell match or a TLC match. It's just gonna be a pile of shit. Anyways, it also features some Brawl for All matches, which is really good. You know, it talks about some of the superstars at the time, such as Stone Cold, The Rock, McFoley, DX, Undertaker, Edge and Christian, Jericho, Trish Stratus, the McMahons, Kane, APA, Sable, Goldust, Val Venus, and many more. And that is really good. Alright, so let me open up the disc set. And you got more pictures of the Attitude Era roster. This is most of the Attitude Era roster, not all, because you're missing Chris Benoit, but, you know, we can understand. You got some more artwork down there, which is really cool. You got Stone Cold's monster truck running over the vehicle right there. And let's open up. You got 3-disc set. Uno, dos, tres. And behind them, you got more artwork. First one, DX invading WCW. By the way, you know, I come to think of it, I think this could have been in my top 10 favorite moments of all time, but maybe it could have made it to number 11 or number 10. I mean, I never thought about that. But anyways, Stone Cold, or Dr. Stone Cold, giving Vince McMahon a checkup, if you know what I mean. And The Rock, This Is Your Life. This was a cool moment right there. Alright, and disc 1 basically summarizes the Attitude Era from the beginning to the end, from top to bottom, all over. I mean, they covered up the major parts of the Attitude Era. You know, they talked about the birth of it, in which Vince McMahon announced. And then, you know, they talked about entrance music. They talked about DX, Austin versus McMahon rivalry. You know, the storylines in the Attitude Era were very, very impressive. They were very creative. The storylines was what made Attitude Era look astonishing. I mean, the Attitude Era probably wouldn't have done so well if it wasn't for the storylines. I mean, the creative team at the time were brilliant. They were artists, and they were painting a beautiful picture of what the Attitude Era was really all about. Amazing storylines, great promos, great superstars, great patterns in, like, you know, who should be champion and how things should have been done, and great matches, great great everything. Everything in the Attitude Era was perfect. The only thing about the Attitude Era was that at the time you didn't have technology like, Facebook or Twitter or even YouTube. You didn't even have much internet access compared to the current situation. I mean, there's one reason why the PG era is the only reason. There's one aspect of the PG era that makes it better than the Attitude Era, and that is the technology that kids have today. I mean, they couldn't, if they missed WWE Raw or they missed SmackDown, they can just check the recordings. The only recording we've ever made was making it via video cassette, which sometimes we couldn't do. And TVs back then were obviously not as well developed as it's today. HD was not a thing back then. It was all limited. And like video games as well was not as well developed. You can just tell by the graphics that back in 2005 their video games were not even close to how video games like WWE 13 are today. So the Attitude Era had every single thing that any wrestling company would want, but one thing: they didn't have the advantage of technology. Although they did crash cable TV, so I bet that if there was more given to the Attitude Era, internet-wise and television-wise, they probably would have crashed that too, because of the popularity of Attitude Era. Everyone, literally, you can walk down the street and you can see tons of Stone Cold t-shirts. People wearing Stone Cold t-shirts. You can visit many different places, schools, jobs, and they'll all talk about what happened on Monday Night Raw. It's just amazing. But I lost my trail of thoughts. But anyways, let's just talk about the first disc. It, like I said, it summarizes the whole thing. It talks about the innovations, like I said, Hell in a Cell and TLC, the critics, the expansion, the comedy, the wealth of talent, and like I said, most popular at the time the world was watching, and many more. And there's some extras right here. Edge totally, for example, they have Jim Ross's interview with Goldust and Marlena, in which they were breaking up. Then you got Stone Cold tossing the Intercontinental belt. Soldier of Love, which was, I think, Val Venus' promo. McMahon presents Mankind at Hardcore title belt for the first time back in 1998. Jim Ross interviewing Triple H, which started Triple H's official career, in my opinion, meaning it basically gave him a push. The Friendly Tap, that was when APA and the New Age Outlaws were at the bar and they had this bar fight. You got Mae Young and the Acolyte Protection Agency, really weird. The Jug Band, you got Triple H training Trish Stratus, which was really funny. Edge, totally awesome birthday. And then The Rock's message to his Hell in a Cell fans, which was really funny. And then GTV. Alright. Now, the rest, I don't have to explain. I'll just give you guys a quick look on what you'll be seeing when you get this DVD. It's just amazing. Look at it. They have a Brawl for All match as well, which was real, by the way. It was not fake like most people would say. Oh, all wrestling matches are fake, especially the Brawl for All. No, Brawl for All was actually real. And then there's Disc 3. The last event they show is the Hell in a Cell match from Armageddon 2000 between the 6 superstars: Kurt Angle, Stone Cold, Rock, Undertaker, Triple H, and Rikishi. Great match. Rikishi was thrown off his cage by the Undertaker. It seems Undertaker always throws people off cages. And yeah, that's basically it, guys. This DVD by far shocked me. It made me shit myself because, I just never expected it to be that good. It's amazing. 5 stars, 2 thumbs up. Highly guarantee highly guarantee you guys to get it if you haven't gotten it yet. It's just a great DVD. Especially if you're an Attitude Era fan, you will witness what I like to call deja vu. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and remember to comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll be making more reviews soon, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.